And hello dear friends, on the channel Melonfonk. And in this video I bought the best torture cards in Melon Playground. Well, the last number of likes will show what kind of Melon Playground character you are, and the last number of subscriptions will show your item. And let's play, for example, if your like is number 7 and the last digit of your subscription is number 3, then you are somehow with Nuclear. Write the results in the comments. I also want to say a huge thank you to these guys for being in my video. And if you want your comment to be in my next video, then there are some very simple conditions. 1, you need to be sure to subscribe to my channel. 2, just give me a like. And 3, write your cool comment. Well, I won't be with it on your time, and enjoy your viewing. Today I've collected the coolest torture maps, and all of them are worthy of your attention. We see several conveyor tracks that send our NPCs straight to their deaths, and here everything looks pretty scary and tough. All we have to do is send one of the NPCs to the conveyor track, no matter on what level, and just wait when it just smeared in pieces all over the map. It looks quite creepy. At the end of it awaits him, of course, Lake Ice without it, and in general I think that he will not be happy on this map. In general, really very hard map, which I advise you to try, because the textures are quite interesting, all very beautiful, conveyor tracks work, animation's also cool, so I think that here you will not get bored. Of course, there is not enough height on the 3-meter level of the track, but still here everything with it is not so bad. And one small disadvantage is not to overlap all the other pluses, and be sure to try it out, I think you'll like it. And let's move on to the next map. There aren't really that many torture maps, especially in a workshop setting, so I was a little bit limited, but I still found something that I think you'll find interesting. And the second map is the classic hydraulic press. I think you have definitely tried this map, and if you haven't tried it yet, you should download it, especially because in the workshop its price is not so expensive. With Easter just around the corner, I think you'll be able to scrape together some coins to buy this card. And it's actually quite interesting. It's a hydraulic press, which I think you've all seen in the most common sticky Reels or TikToks. And there you've definitely seen a press that crushes all sorts of toys like Orbeez and stuff like that. And basically this map is very much like that hydraulic press from the video. And I think that you will definitely get stuck for a few minutes playing on this map, because this is where you can crush our melons and test them for strength and torture them to extract some information. In general, this is a really interesting map, which I advise everyone to try, because it is very addictive, just really interesting to sit and play on this map. I put the map 8 points, a little simple, but still in the idea is very cool. Well, then let's move on to the next map. And the next map is the automatic saw. This map is ready to chop our melons, without any remorse, because all we have to do is just sleep our NPC at the point where he goes to hell. It's a really interesting way to torture, and overall I really don't like this map. First of all, we have a little place to rest and really full automation of the whole process. We just watch our melon being turned into mincemeat. It's a really tough room to destroy our NPCs. It looks insanely tough, insanely bloodthirsty, but still we like it, and I think you will too. I put the map 9 points. I really like everything very much, and really animation is very correct, especially on timings. Write your opinion, of course, in the comments. I think you will agree with it. The next map is already a bit simpler, and I like the least from this video. However, it's not bad either, and also deserves your attention. It's Squeeze Walls. As soon as we enter the map, we get this warning, and the warning looks pretty tough, and it already seems that we are going to die here. In general, it's just walls that squeeze our melon. The textures are all nice, everything looks nice, nothing superfluous, everything is very simple, but still the function of this map fulfills its function. We just spawn their NPCs, spawn their items, and see that they are just squeezed to the structure of small molecules. Honestly, very tough, very unpleasant for our NPCs, but still, sometimes it's good for them to suffer a little. To the map I put 7 points, a little simple, but still, guys, look for this map on the Vastus of the Workshop and advise to download. Really will not be superfluous. And let's move on to the next map. The next card is Cutlery. It's literally called that. And in general, the map has no complaints. Immediately put it 9 points, just simply for the texture, because as for me, looks all very beautiful. I think you will definitely like it, and you will definitely not be disappointed if you download this map. On this map, there is a mixer and a meat grinder, and in general here you will definitely be able to make fun of our NPCs. All you have to do is just plunge the characters right inside these cutlery, and from there we will get the real classic melon juice. And it will be a lot of fun. the perfect torture room and kind of welcoming looking, but at the same time insanely dangerous for our characters. That's what they were bred for in our secret labs, to go into our kitchen as small appetizers. I think you definitely love this kind of bait, so everyone ran to the workshop to download this map if you have free MELs. And if you do not have these MELs, then do the task, because now there is a perfect contest for this. Let's move on to the next map. The next card's today is pretty simple and probably the worst today, unfortunately. I would have given it 6 points right away, but honestly I couldn't find anything better than these cards today. There aren't that many of them on the workshop floor as it is, and it's Shredder. So overall it's just not a bad texture, but honestly the card just didn't have enough. It's small. I mean, I just didn't have enough filler. In general, the map is cheap, and so I will not advise you. That is, you already look for yourself. If you have free MELs, I advise you to download just to play on it, but here's not so much content you get. Just one device that grinds our NPCs. And that's basically it. Nothing so interesting and cool it will not give you. Therefore, 6 points. But in general, texture is so drawn not bad. I like how the light shade is made. In general, I just lacked it. Well, let's just move on to the next map. The next map is literally a death factory. Let's have a little overview. First, we are greeted by an arrow, which shows that we need to lower our melons on the water down. We lower our NPCs, then they are sent down and get into the next room. After, the path sends us a kind of hydraulic press where our NPCs are bored, and already at this stage they do not survive. However, we are waiting for the next obstacle in the form of a rotating beam, and this beam will also damage our NPCs, who are already reclined, but still the map we need to Dobo Bischego. And there's only one little piece of our NPCs left that's flying through the water a little bit, but I think we'll pop the corn just to get there and see what we have going on next. The map is really big. Next we have some sort of spinning thing that just kalashmatizes our NPCs. There's a little gate that when closed shrinks our melons, and it's a really fun thing. Next we have an elevator using water, by the way. Very interesting idea, take note. Then pieces of our NPCs are sent up the factory and then fall back down again. Yes, this is just an incredible map. There's a lot of interesting things, and the map is actually very tough. Well, it's just crazy. In general, it's impossible to reach a live NPS no matter what you do. The NPS will not reach 100% alive. There is no way. No matter how hard you try, he will not get there 100% alive. Very fun map. I'll give it 9 points. Although the textures are all weak, of course, but the map is really very interesting. 9 points is well deserved. Look for this map on the vastness of Workshop. This is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. Good night, goodbye, and remember, buddy, as always, see you the other day.